Ladies and gentlemen, coming back into this one, game number 2, coming out a little bit, I almost say one-sided, but pretty sided as a one-sided game could be onto this one, and it was really exciting in the sense that, well, the comeback kids, the Pace Evelynn child support crew, actually came out with a win with the last game. Now up 1-0, can they keep it going for the next one going 2-0 in the finals? I don't know, or can Clueless come back, rubber match, get it in there, go for that 2-for-1 special. We'll see if we can get onto this one. It's L3RD, the Bird getting some words for the finals matchup of DominateDominion number 63. Here with Yes Man Kablam, and thoughts. You think it's going to be a 2-1, or is this going to be a 2-0 clean sweep for Peace Evelynn's child support?
You know, it's with these two teams, both teams are filled with excellent players. I mean, they're in the finals for a reason. I think on any given day, it could go either way. It really comes down to, individual team competitions from compositions from game to game, and the tiny mistakes you make. Every player makes them. It's just who makes more and which team can capitalize on them better. But from Pex's playing last match, they were on point. They had a game plan. They followed through 100%. So they are looking really, really strong right now. And a 2-0 I would bet on a 2-0 right now.
I would say a 2-0 could be a thing that's going to come into fruition. But then again, Clueless might do some metagaming of their own, change up the strategy. I mean, they are picking up what looks like to be Urgot+Amumu. We'll go over the bans really quickly, but I don't think there were any different bans except for the Zyra compared to Amumu ban. Is that correct?
Correct. So it's almost exactly the same bans, except they banned Zyra and let Amumu through. So quickly, Cassiopeia targeted at Teemo, almost definitely. Does a lot of damage. Hard to play, but if you can play her correctly, you're just going to be out-damaging everyone out of the gate. Kassadin banned, doesn't play by the rules, goes wherever he wants to go, and you can't really respond to him. Best character in Dominion, have to ban him. Teemo, more of a playstyle choice in my opinion. I'm thinking there must be somebody in this match who's a Teemo specialist if he's going to be banned every game. Again, very good, very strong jungle control, messes up bruisers pretty badly. You have to play around him if he gets picked. Most people don't want to deal with that. Kha'Zix is the #1 assassin. He has the highest damage skill in the game. He's got a movement skill that is on resets if he gets a kill or assist. Very hard to catch, does a lot of damage. If he catches you off guard, you're toast. Not a character anyone wants to deal with. Then we go down the in-game bans. Kayle, very heavy AP damage. She is quite a bit like Cassiopeia, actually, in that she scales on AP, but she pumps out 80 carry levels of damage. The difference is she does need items. Cassiopeia does it out of the gate. Kayle needs some time to build up, but the invulnerability ultimate really makes up for it. That's a game changer. Zyra, unparalleled kiting, a lot of free damage from the turrets that she can create. Very hard to lose the windmill fight if she's on your team. So, very strong character. I think she should be banned more often than she actually is. I think people sleep on her despite the fact that she's a common ban. I think she's that good. Lulu, #1 support, does a lot of damage without building damage items, and she's got a lot of shields, a lot of kiting, and she's got functionally a stun on her polymorph, so she brings a lot to the table. You focus her, she's going to shield herself. You focus someone else, she's going to shield them. So, very damned if you do, damned if you don't character. Jayce, way too much damage, way too much mobility. Once he gets his items, he hits hypercharge, he kills someone, he's going to press his other buttons, he kills someone else. And he's hard to catch just because the acceleration gate and the passive on his R makes him hard to catch. Wukong, incredible AoE damage, armor crush, invisibility lets him dictate the engagement. No one really wants to deal with that. I think out of the bans, he's probably the weakest character, but he's still just good enough to be a common ban. And then Nidalee is like Teemo on steroids. Incredible poke, you get hit by a spear, you're out of the fight. You step on a trap, you're revealed for 12 seconds, and then she can turn into a giant cat, and she brings a lot of AP damage, and she's really hard to catch on top of that. Probably one of the strongest 4 characters in Dominion right now.
Yeah, and I think overall, you know, these characters always being banned out might be saying something to Riot about Dominion. Well, I
We're
guess
getting
meta.
Dominion-specific nerfs. Apparently,
Yeah.
on the PBE, Kassadin has been nerfed, so his ult range is 600, and I think it's a cooldown of 9 seconds.
Wow.
He's still way too good. It's not doing anything.
I mean, yeah, the balance is going to be coming in soon, TM, but hopefully we'll get that in because yeah, you are seeing a lot of the same bans: Jayce, Nidalee, Teemo, Kha'Zix, Cassadin. I guess Cassiopeia technically, but I mean overall, a lot of utility characters are gonna get banned out quite a bit. I mean, you can see that with Elise as well, which actually got picked up first. And yeah, we'll see how it will work out for the teams coming into play later on the Dominions. But hopefully, you know, maybe one of these results will be shown, and maybe Riot will say, "Hey, we should probably add more bans or do something," because yeah, I mean it's cool seeing out the same people banned out each and every time, but it's also unfortunate you can never play a Kassadin in Dominion. You can never technically play a Teemo, I guess, in Dominion. And if there is a Teemo or Kassadin being picked, possibly in solo queue blind pick, then it's a frowned upon establishment kind of thing.
Right, and looking at these picks, we see something real interesting going on. Yorick was picked, I believe, 4th. Because blue team got the first pick. That would be, yeah, Pex. They switched sides. I'm going to be so confused. So Pex picked Yorick first, while Trundle was still open. And I know Wolfer, Clueless doesn't have a dedicated bottom laner, but Wolfer is one of them. Oh, Sauron Urgot is another. So they picked Yorick while Trundle was still open, and Trundle's a very common counter pick to Yorick. So this could be a very dangerous game that Pex is playing, because that could be another bottom lane that's dominated by Trundle. Although this time it'll be swinging in favor of Clueless. So, you know, Yorick typically is a very strong bottom laner with not many bad matchups, but Trundle's one of them, and that's a very bad matchup. So that was a curious pick by, that is Pex, right? Yes, that was a very curious pick by Pex, and playing with fire a little bit there.
I will have to agree with that one. Yorick, again, can burst down or can take away people that farm out. But Wolfier, if he is going to go bottom, can lifesteal up, can get a lot of burst onto Yorick. And Yorick, I mean, can life sustain through the ghouls, but really can't deal with the massive amount of damage that could come out from Wolfier. It all depends, though, if that is going to be the bottom lane pick. Sailor Moonberry, that was Dark Blueberry. I think that was the name right before that.
The game was delayed on account of a name change, and I
Yeah.
can't tell that name. It's either from a Sailor Moon fan fiction or a Harvest Moon fan fiction. I just can't choose which one.
I mean, the Sailor Moonberry, you have the power. I don't know if you have the tiara to actually boot with that because it's a brand, and brand does a little bit of fiery things, and fiery things doesn't really connect with the crescent moon. Maybe if you're Diana, it could be a little bit different, but I mean, I welcome the changes to the summoner names. I mean, maybe not during the same time, but Sailor Moonberry, you are the one that is going to be new. Other than that, everybody's still staying up the same over in the lineups really quickly. Carnival still going to be playing Maokai. We have Infi going to be playing the Yorick. Panzer's going to be picking up the J4, and Painkiller going to be lining up the lineup for Pain's Evelynn child support. On that, Elise, one at the Castle Crew L380, the bring in some words. And yes, man, Kablam, what do we have on the purple/Clueless side?
Clueless is bringing Veigar on Half-Hearted, Amumu, or BB Pop on Amumu, Sauron on Urgot, Taeyun on Vayne, and Wolfer on Trundle. So, you know, last game, at the beginning of the match, I said, you know, Clueless had the very straight team, and then Pex had the flexibility in their item builds. And I feel like it's a little reversed. They have the Jarvan Elise again, so they could be doing another sleight of hand with the hidden assassin double pick. But Purple team, again, I feel like, again, they're broadcasting things. They've got another protect the carry composition. It depends a lot on whether they're going to send Urgot or Trundle bottom. But this Veigar pick is something we don't see very often. This might be the first time we've seen Veigar in tournament. And Veigar is actually a character that a lot of Dominion players sleep on. He's rarely picked, and you know, just off the top of your head, you would think that Veigar's not a strong character because his primary strength in Summoner's Rift is farming up free AP with his Q, whatever it's called. Dark Orb?
Strike.
Yeah, Baleful Strike, yeah, close. But in Dominion, actually, his Event Horizon is one of the strongest skills in the entire game. It's impossible to land, or not impossible. It takes a lot of skill to land, but it brings almost as much power as an ultimate does in terms of how much it dictates positioning in a fight. And it's not on an ultimate cooldown, is the thing. So a lot of the fighting is going to come down to how well Half-Hearted can land his Event Horizons. A good Event Horizon is going to swing the fight in favor of Clueless every time. And then they also have Amumu with the Curse of the Sad Mummy. If they send Urgot top, then they can use the Kinetic Position Reverser. Or if they send Trundle top, then that'll be the Pillar of Ice. So that's bringing a lot of protection for Vayne. So once again, they're running a protect the carry comp, but the Event Horizon from Veigar could very well make the difference depending on how well Half-Hearted can land them.
Yeah, I will have to agree with that one. And Half-Hearted playing Veigar, I don't think ever I've seen Veigar being played in DominateDominion, and I know with Gander's love and care and, well, his ferocity to actually playing Veigar and loving the Veigar pick, he's going to miss out on actually seeing Veigar actually being played in DominateDominion. So for you being over in NYC, another three-letter word,
in California.
Yeah, in California, that is just unfortunate for you because you're missing out on yet again another coming into fruition new thing coming into DominateDominion.
And let's see. I'm liking, again, the Jarvan-Brand combination. I believe I mentioned this before, but just last week we saw a perfect Jarvan ult onto 3 on the enemy team into the Brand ult is absolutely devastating. So we could potentially see... Oh, no, we couldn't. I was about to say we could potentially see more of a tanky Bruiser Jarvan, but then I realized that would leave 3 APs top, and then you're stacking like Bulwarks, and then you're hosed. So we're probably going to see another very AD heavy Jarvan. And then, you know, I don't know though, because they don't quite have as much diviness onto Vayne. Because Jarvan's ultimate, the Cataclysm Walls, Vayne can actually tumble right out of them. And then she can also knock back with her what is that called? Condemn? Yes, with the Condemn. So she can peel for herself a little bit. It might be... No, it should be easier to catch a Vayne, but with the Event Horizon and the Curse of the Sad Mummy, it's going to come down to a lot of that to protect Taehyun, to see how these team fights go down. So I'm excited to see this. If Half-Hearted plays to perfection, then they will win the game.
Yeah, I will say that Half-Hearted is one of the main focal points. I think Baby Pop has to show a little bit more than what he did show during the first game. I mean, both of them kind of got singled out and got targeted down. Baby Pop with that Talon before didn't do the best. I believe with the Amumu, he'll probably secure it up yet again. Taehyun in the start went 8-1-2, I think, at one point, and hopefully he will actually keep up going up in kills, not keeping up the up in deaths, but you know, playing a squishy Vayne, you can't really do too much about that. And we're gonna start up on this one yet again. The match are gonna be at bot. We're gonna have this Trundle, well, menacing the bot lane versus the Yorick, which we were talking about before, and we'll see how the top lane, the windmill matchup, will come up into fruition.
That's going to be an advantage for Yorick for a bit, but by the time he hits level 6, that is definitely in Trundle's favor. But let's see, that first Event Horizon lands down, hits 2. Amumu goes straight in for the stun, but Brand Conflagration does quite a bit of damage. Exhaust going down, and it looks like BB Pop's in a bit of trouble, but here comes Vayne, and Jarvan jumps right on top of her, and everyone focuses Taeyu instantly, and he goes down. Painkiller's also going to go down, and then BB Pop, almost no life left. That's going to finish him for sure, Half-Hearted all by himself. And with 1 man to zone him and 2 capping, I'm not sure if they're going to have enough time with the revive speed up to stop this windmill cap.
Well, they're going to try their darndest to do this one. We're going to have Taehyun actually hit up on the Carnival. Carnival should be taken down, but the windmill's going to be taken out of this little place. That is a kill for a windmill point, and the pace of the game going into the favor of Pays Evelynn Child Support. Again, really interesting enough, when I did use to cast Pays Evelynn Child Support, they would always, like 9 times out of 10, really use up that first death timer and use it up really well to the point that they probably kind of forced themselves to lose over the top lane. Those days are gone, and now they're going to go right into the team of Clueless, taking out one. They're going to take out the Urgot. Now Taehoon's going to take a lot of bit of poke. Half-Hearted going to take a lot of damage as well, and Carnival going to go chase down onto Half-Hearted. Going to throw up the sapling, but not going to be able to connect. Baby Pop going to be the one chased off by Panzers. And I think everyone's going to get routed out from the team of Clueless, while Evelynn Child Support. We're going to go back and go try to regain some semblance of control over at the windmill.
Yeah, you saw that after Clueless had lost the initial windmill fight, they had already burned their revives, and they didn't want to waste that 200 hit point bonus. So they really had two choices. They could either gank bottom, which was a feasible choice because Trundle had not yet hit level 6, which is really where he hits critical mass. Or they could have, with 3 or 4 people with a 200 hit point advantage, they could have tried to dive that top point, and they tried for pressuring that, but Evelynn Child Support stayed 100% strong and fought them off.
We do see a catch up onto Taehoon yet again. We're going to see if that can be protected. But yeah, Panzer's going to have a lot of damage going down. Taehoon should be able to get taken down from the ultimate. Good job by Carnival getting that vengeful Maelstrom. Going to be able to pick up that kill. And meantime, Mr. Brand, Mr. Sailor Moonberry, come on Blueberry, going to be able to pick up the point. No, actually going to stop off at the last second. We do get the Pyroclasm going down, but it was not enough. Can the minions actually take the point? No, Sauron's going to be able to reflagrate that one back to himself. Okay, I was wrong. The minions are OP, and they're going to be able to take out that 1 point. Yorick's pushing over at bottom lane. This could be a 5-cap incoming. Double kill coming in from Elise, and we're going to see the backup. Taehoon actually picking up the Painkiller. Painkiller going to have to use the repel. Go right back onto Taehoon. Taehoon taking a lot of damage. Burn everywhere. It's going to be Sailor Moonberry going to pick up the hop. And it is going to be a 5-cap possibly over onto the bottom lane.
Wow, and you can see that in feeds Yorick playing very intelligently, pressing that early game advantage, not wanting to shut him out as quickly as possible, because bottom lane is the one position in Dominion where a significant gold difference can happen. So Yorick does have a stronger early game. He does want to push Trundle as early as possible. But now Trundle's getting getting some damage in, might get some kills here, and if he gets some gold early on, that could spell some bad news later on for Yorick if the game goes on that long.
Panzer's going to get picked off as well, so I'm going to be able to benefit from that kill. Moonberry off on the side, but they're not going to go press upon this one. Wolfier did pick up a kill and assist from that little bit of, fighting in. And yeah, he's going to have a little bit more time to actually farm up, get some more gold. Taehoon, on the other hand, going to go talk to Painkiller. Painkiller's going to go try to fit it out. Now 3 members of the team of Clueless going to be able to pick up the kill and pick up the point on the drill. So they're going to go back to 3-2 on the captured points. But it's looking like Evelynn Child Support did enough damage to start off and gives himself a 173 point advantage.
Yeah, and that's a pretty big advantage, knocking them down to below 300 in under 6 minutes. Evelynn Child Support really wants to close this out early because Clueless has Vayne, one of the best scaling champions in the entire game, and they also have Trundle, who is just going to become a monster with gold. So if Clueless can even stay on a 3-2 cap, which does drag out the game pretty long, then they can feasibly make a comeback. It'll be difficult because they'll be down to 50 points and they won't have much room for error. But that is 2 very well scaling characters that will carry them through the late game. So if they can hold that out, then then a comeback is very much feasible for them. But Evelynn Child Support really wants to close this out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Peck's going to go on the Baby Pop. They just picked up Taehoon. Oh, that little spiderling did not go in the bush and said, nope, I will deny my master. Not going to be able to get that kill. Wolfier really low, but we do get the kill onto Yorick. There is a little bit, 0 health onto 2 members of the team of Clueless. Going to pick off 1 and 2. And now Half-Hearted is in a 2v1 situation. We do have the Rev coming back up for the Urgot, so we're going to see if he's going to go get in there. We do have that Garrison going to be used, and Half-Hearted going to be captured down, be able to pick off, and Sauron now might be a switch up, going to go in the bottom lane, or possibly we're going to see, if you're still stay there, but right now Sauron has to hold off this point, while Carnival is going to get caught off on the side. Taehoon actually turns around, gets caught down, and that is a lot of tankiness, that's a lot of damage mitigated, but we do have the shutdown coming down from Urgot, picking up the kill onto Maokai.
And my god, we have a 5-cap in the grand finals. And remember, this team beat Pex last week, so these aren't just some random chumps. This is these guys are playing first tiers. These are two evenly matched teams, and Clueless is really up against the ropes. I think they put too much weight into the late game. You know, that Vayne early doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and you know, they've been 5-cap for a while. This could be game right here. It's another 10 ticks. That's 20 seconds. And, you know, they're going to end the 5-cap, but wow, this is a 400-point advantage. And really, Clueless is going to need an act of God to get their way out of this one, because that is just too much of a difference to make up while you're on a 4-cap.
Yeah, right now the 4-cap Taehyun actually still getting taken out as well. Half-hearted has to go over the top lane. We do have the Boneyard actually getting being captured down, and we're going to have the going to be caught down, but it's at 13, 12 points left. This might be game already from the start, and it's looking like it. A clean 2-0 sweep, and Pace Evelynn child support being a little bit angry from the last beating that was done. Well, does it right back to Clueless. Congratulations to them winning out DominateDominion number 63.
Wow, and what a match that was. I would have to go back and watch that game closely several times to tell you like what really went wrong on Clueless, because it's just so easy to blame the Veigar pick, but more had to be going on there for a fast 5-cap, not even a 10-minute game. You know, Pex came, part of it, surely Pex came out angry from last week's play, and you know, they wanted to win, but something had to have gone wrong on Clueless' side for that to happen.
Yeah, there had been some miscommunication possibly, or just, you know, the picks were very squishy, and, you know, Half-Hearted Taehyun were the ones that were mostly caught in. It's actually Taehyun who was the one focused down, and maybe it's something that Pazel and Child Support actually learned from last week. They needed to focus down on Taehyun, and, well, they said they focused them down each and every time and each and every fight. Although the first game, they did give Taehyun a little bit of a start of a head start, sorry, off on that one, but yeah, this one they did not even give him a chance or prayer to even get in the game. Congratulations to Pazel and Child Support picking up the win for the finals of DominateDominion number 63. And going back in this one, is there any other last thoughts or any last words you have, yes ma'am, Kablam, onto this well tournament overall in general?
I just want to say to everyone, thank you for tuning into the tournament. You know, I'd love to see the Dominion community thrive, even though I don't play the game anymore now that Infinite Crisis is around. I hope everyone had a good time. I was hoping for a better game for the final game, because that was a blowout. I am still in shock over what just happened. So I would actually I will probably be getting a VOD of that last game and studying it, because that was. There was something going on there, but you know, I hope everyone had fun watching the tournament, and I hope everyone has a good night.
Yeah, definitely, and to everybody out there, thank you to the people who did all the adminning from behind the scenes. Unfortunately, we didn't have Mr. Fusky come out over here, but Gorman and everybody, the rest of the crew, even you, Yes Man Kablam, thank you guys for getting me in here to cast with y'all again. I mean, it's unfortunate that we didn't have Gander, and I love Gander's enthusiasm, but also his just passion for Dominion, and it's really, really cool to see him out there do his thing. And while he's doing his thing, yes, I will actually say the acronym, or the three-letter word I say. He's at MLG, enjoying himself, having fun, maybe meeting up with Nigasor. I don't know. That's all I have to say. But yeah, congrats to him being out there. But congrats to everybody who stuck around, chilled out, watched some DominateDominion, possibly watch MLG off on the side as well, as there have been some great matches. But yeah, I am in shock and awe as well, because Clueless showed pretty much everything at the door at that first game for the first 5 to 7 minutes, and then Pazel and Chas4 said, yeah, you're not supposed to do that to us. We don't like 2-0s, and we don't like getting crushed down, and well, we just returned the favor back to them. So I wouldn't be surprised 64, DominateDominion number 64 is going to be the same kind of factor, and we'll see if Clueless can come back from this one. But overall, thanks again for watching. I'm going to play out some outro ads as well to kind of watch out for that. But thanks again to my co-caster, Yes Man Kablam. You can also check me out personally, facebook.com/L3RDgaming, twitter.com/L3IRD, or on the YouTube. It's youtube.com/L3BIRD. From me to you, you to me, and for everyone else to see, it's only a 2-minute commercial for you, and now we'll sign out. But thanks again.